The coach, Michael Finlay, will help you with a few words about this game you have to face tomorrow.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, very challenging. You know, we're a team that has now been officially eliminated from the Gold Cup, which is always a disappointment for our group and for Grenada. So we have to find our way to motivate ourselves, to put forward a presentation of competition, and we have to find our objectives. And so it's going to be difficult because Panama is coming in with I think an interest in trying to progress. And we have to do our best to deny that. And so this will be a great challenge for us. It will be a situation where we need to get our players motivated in the right manner and put our best foot forward.
Charles Boham.
Hey, Coach. It's Charles Bohm with MLSsoccer.com. I know you're
Charles.
focused on the match ahead, but I had a big picture question. I wanted to ask if you could share what you've learned so far about your program, the circumstances that you're working with in the coming months and years, and kind of what the landscape is like for these smaller nations in CONCACAF, and what you think could be done in the big picture to help you guys kind of close the gap on the bigger nations.
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, I mean, from a vision point of view, it was very clear when I accepted the position I presented to the president and the board that we have to have a long-term view on this program and on this team. We also have to have a focus on the culture as it relates to the team, as it relates to the standards, both on and off the field at multiple age groups. And we also have to be organized and be in a position that we gain competition. What is happening to help the smaller nations within CONCACAF, I think, has already been established by CONCACAF with the Nations League. There is no doubt in my mind that is a game changer. And it's a game changer because it's presented opportunities for the teams to play competitive matches against other nations on a more regular basis, which drives the program. It drives the interest. It drives the need for support, both financially and from a human perspective. And that's what we're focused on. In terms of our next steps, we'll go away and do our assessment, but we have put in place an interest in playing in every FIFA date moving forward. We also have an under-20 program that we have to focus on here in the latter parts of 2021, which is very important for us in our player recruitment, our player development, and player identification program, which will then build into a larger squad moving forward into the next Nations League, into the next Gold Cup, and ultimately 2026 World Cup qualifying. We need to get closer to the top 12.
Samuel McCollin.
Good afternoon, Coach Finley. Samuel McCollin for Bitácora Deportiva in Panama. It has been a very difficult task for Grenada in this tournament, playing against very difficult teams. However, which are the high points or the spotlights that have you seen on your team so far?
Well, I think the highlights were our first performance against Honduras. To be frank, I think we surprised a few people with our application and our ability to play in a manner which I think surprised Honduras. The other highlight is through our development of this program, we've entered into a part of nationalization of players who potentially could play for Grenada and giving them debuts. Both in the previous World Cup qualifying and now in Gold Cup is strengthening our squad. So that certainly was a high point. But I think it was watching them come out onto the pitch, returning to the Gold Cup, returning to a standard of play, which I think Grenada deserves. And they haven't been here since 2011. And to see them march out onto the field gave me great pleasure and gave the staff great pleasure. And now we have to take these lessons that we've learned and are about to learn. Because they're deep. These were deep lessons, and we need to use those to our advantage.
Manuel Medina.
Hi, Coach. This is Manuel Medina from TG Sports in Mexico. So far in this tournament, you have received 8 goals against, and tomorrow Panama will want to score at least 5 goals. That's one of the questions the journalists asked them, because of course they want to qualify. How do you prepare your team, first of all, in order not to get so many goals against, and then maybe get a tie or a victory? How do you prepare your team, either mentally or physically? Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, I think what we had to do is immediately we gathered as we do after every game, and we assess what the realities are of the game. And at the end of the day, I think that we need to challenge ourselves. I certainly have challenged the players to find a way to meet their own objectives along with supporting our objectives. And we need to know that tomorrow night, this is not just a tactical battle. This is going to be an emotional and mental battle. And this is something that we need. We need to be able to be challenged that way, and we need to respond. And if we respond well, that means we're going in the right direction. Yeah, it's been unfortunate that we have conceded the goals we have conceded. I think that the only good news for me from that perspective is I might call into question a couple of the goals based on the situations that occurred. But there are areas that we can do better, and that's why we're here, and we need to address those issues. So in a final thought of what it is for us tomorrow night, it's a fight. It's a fight for respect. It's a fight for a result, and it's a fight for a personal position in this team moving forward.
Coach, besides the results, obviously, what 2 things that you like that you saw the players do in the pitch, and were there any players that caught your attention and you thought they were exceeding?
Well, I think what I saw from them was a commitment and an application. I always say football is a fight first. It's a fight for possession. It's a fight for a goal. It's a fight for your country, your club, whatever that may be. So I liked their application, and I liked their grit and their fight when we first originally arrived. So that is something we can take away and build upon, because we have a plan, we have a game model that we wish to introduce, and it's going to take time for that to bleed into the group completely. But we're very happy with the progress we're making in that regards. As it relates to players, well, you just saw one in the Kid Reporter. Oliver Norburn, I think, has been an amazing addition to Grenada. He brings something to the team that we didn't have, from an ability to address our tempo, and keep us a team in possession, and also keep a team in shape. And I think he's brought great leadership to this group. I'll bring attention to Benjamin Etienne, the young boy that we've brought with us, a young boy who I think got lessons on both sides of the ball in both of those games, but he has a very nice future in that regard. So in those sort of situations, you're very happy about those types of new additions. And then you look at someone like AJ Patterson, who is a long-standing player with Grenada, who comes to the game and acts as a professional, and his application is something that most of the players certainly respect, but most importantly are motivated by.
Oliver, what are the first words about the next game you want to face it tomorrow?
Say that again, sorry.
What are the thinking about the next game you face tomorrow?
Yeah, we know it's going to be a difficult task. We've seen that with the 2 games that we've already had. The opposition's tough, and that's the level we've got to rise to. It's a lesson for us in the future, and hopefully it's something that we can build on. But as of tomorrow's game, we've got to go into the game positive and look to cause an upset.
Samuel McCollin.
Good afternoon, Oliver. Samuel McCollin for Bitácora Deportiva in Panama. Oliver, this is a new process and a new stage for you in your career. Despite of the difficulties with stronger teams, what do you like about this process, and what are your expectations in a future with Grenada?
Yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah, the experience is an eye opener to me. It's something that I've obviously not experienced in my career, but it's an honour to play international football. The level's very, very good. It's a high standard of football, and it's something that we as a nation have got strive towards in terms of getting better. The level of players here is quite different, with players playing at different standards of football. But from me as a personal point of view, I've just tried to come on board and do the best that I can and help the team. But also try and do it for myself and try and put in performances that catch the eye. So it's definitely a new experience and one that I'm trying to relish.
Manuel Medina.
Hello, this is Manuel Medina from TE Sports in Mexico. I asked the same question to your coach, but Panama is going for you. They want to score as many as 5 goals tomorrow in order to have the hope of qualifying to the next round. And of course, you guys have received 8. How do you prepare mentally in order, of course, to have a better result tomorrow? Thank you very much.
Well, as you know, we're already eliminated from the competition. So it comes down to personal pride and pride as a team. And can we cause an upset? We still can make history as a nation. And let's see if we can cause an upset and, you know, get our first victory in the Gold Cup. But obviously it's going to be a tough task against a strong Panama team. We're not going to hide away from that, but we just got to go into the game with as much confidence as possible and give it what we've got.
I asked Coach the same question, but you as a player lived it there as well. What 2 things that you like that your team performed inside the pitch?
So for me personally, it was meeting a new set of guys, and coming out here was a totally new experience. But I just like the character within the team. They've welcomed me with open arms, and the real fighters inside. So we've got to carry that on with the last game tomorrow, and then look to take strides in the future.